How do you knit stacked increases? Hi everyone, my name is Norman. I run the blog nimbleneedles.com, and today I want to show you everything you need to know about stacked increases. Stacking increases is the only way to increase the stitch count of a project in the middle of a row by an infinite number of stitches. By doing so, you can create these lobed shapes that can be a fun edge for a shawl and so many other projects. The technique was made popular by Xandy Peters, but in this video I'm going to show you a way to improve the original technique and make it easier to knit on top of that. So let's dive right into it. The basic idea behind the stacked increase is quite simple. First, you knit a triple increase into one stitch, and then you slip back 2 stitches and use the new center stitch to knit another triple increase. And by repeating these motions over and over again, you can create an unlimited number of new stitches in the middle of a row in this direction. Let's knit a couple of stitches together. To start the stacked increase, knit a regular knit stitch into one stitch, but instead of dropping it, you keep it on the left needle. And then you add a yarn over and knit into the same stitch one more time. And then you drop it. And now you should have 3 stitches on your right needle. From here, you need to work another triple increase into the center stitch. So you have to slip back 2 stitches to access this stitch, and then you knit into the stitch, do a yarn over, knit into it again and drop it. Let's do it one more time. Slip back 2 stitches, knit into the stitch, do a yarn over, knit into it again, then slip back 2. The stacked increase doesn't indicate how often you should repeat this motion. That's up to your pattern or your personal preferences. So let's do it one more time. Knit 1, do a yarn over, knit into it and drop it. And once you reach the desired amount of stitches, you simply knit across the remaining stitches on your left needle. And you will end up with this, well, kind of bunched structure, knob-like thing. And that's quite normal. It looks weird, but it will even out in the next couple of rows. What makes this technique a bit harder to knit is that once you stack a lot of increases upon each other, it will get a bit difficult to knit another set of stacked increases. So typically that's after 5 or 7 stacks. So let's take a look at some theory that will surprise you to solve this issue. So suppose this is your row of knit stitches and you want to knit a stacked increase into this stitch. And what you're basically doing is you're stacking yarn overs on top of each other. And then you're adding knit stitches on the left and right side of that yarn over. So, and if you take a close look at this picture, you can actually see what is happening. You are starting to knit in the round. You're not knitting flat anymore. And why is this important? Well, because when you're knitting in the round, you can use magic loop, and this will make it so much easier to stack the increases. Let's go back to our little swatch here. So I stacked 5 increases here, and it is getting a bit harder to knit that. So what I'm doing is I'm just simply pulling the needle through, having a little cable here, and then you can continue stacking increases just the way you did before. And let's do it one more time. And once you're satisfied, you simply pull the loop through, and there are your stacked increases just the way you did it before. There is another reason why I showed you this little diagram. In fact, I believe the stacked increase is actually best understood as a cast-on technique. Here I started with a little tube and then I added a couple of stacked increases here, and that gave me the natural shape of a boot without any seaming or anything else. And that's why I actually feel stacked increase is a bit misleading. It's actually not an increase, but a mid-row cast-on technique for projects knit in the round. In front of me is a little gingerbread man. That's a free pattern available on my blog. I'll give you a link in the description below. And I used stacked increases to shape the arms. And this is just one example why I feel stacked increases should be so much more popular, because there's so many fun applications. The stacked increase only has one big flaw. The technique tends to create big eyelets at the base of the stack. And I'm knitting with cotton yarn here, so it's a bit more pronounced, but even if you're knitting with a fuzzy wool, you will still see it. The good news, there is actually a very easy way to fix it, and this involves knitting make one left and make one right in the first round. And if you do it, you get this result. Isn't this so much neater than this? Let me show you. To avoid the gaps, you simply knit a make one right one stitch before the actual stitch you want to increase. So you knit a make one right, one make one right, then you slip one, and then you knit a make one left, and then you simply slip back those two stitches and continue with the normal technique. So knit one, yarn over, knit one, and slip back two. And as you can see, there are no gaps here at the base, and I feel this looks so much neater. Anyway, that's how you knit the stacked increases. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a big thumbs up if you liked it, comment with your feedback and your questions, and of course consider subscribing to my channel in case you don't want to miss any new videos. Happy knitting and enjoy the rest of your day!